Though that would definitely help to keep that same shape. I would not go away from that, the shape right of that.
Well, hey there everybody, Aaron here. Welcome to another episode of Gideon's Tactical. Today, we have an awesome treat for you. We get to review for you the Ontario SP5 Survival Bowie. We did a teaser a little while back and we've been able to take this out here, really thrash on it. You're gonna see a lot of field testing throughout this video and really get a good feel for what I believe is a survival multi-tool. And I'll kind of explain that throughout this video on what I mean by that. And we're gonna just test this thing out today. We're gonna show you its capabilities, maybe a couple of its shortcomings, and hopefully at the end of this video, you'll have a good kind of feel for this knife and decide whether or not this is gonna be a good purchase for you. Booyah! All right guys, let me go ahead and give you some basic specs here on this blade so you can kind of get an idea of what we're looking at here today. It's US made, like I said, 1095 high carbon steel. It's a great steel. It is a 1/4 inch thick, really nice there with a full flat grind. And it has a 9-inch actual cutting edge with 10 inches overall. So you got an inch blank spot. We'll talk about a little bit more in the ergonomics. And then you have this sharpened, it is sharpened swedge up here that's about 3 inches on the back spine as well to kind of give you that tactical stabbing capability. Then you got a craton handle and it weighs in at 15.5 ounces. So it's really lightweight at just under a pound. So you're very fast, very capable blade when you're using this SP5. So those are some of the basic specs for you on this knife. All right guys, let's go ahead and give you the ergonomic rating here on this knife. The first thing is that what's awesome is that it's a full tang construction, nice lanyard hole, craton surrounded, same exact handle construction you get on all of the SP line. And I wear large size gloves. You can see there I got plenty of room to spare. I can back up and it's got that nice little hook there for some chopping and really makes this a phenomenal chopper. The Kraton also really does a great job of absorbing a lot of that shock when you are doing some of that chopping. Then the great thing as well is that there's no upper guard here. I really like that it's nice and flat. I really hope that whatever SP models come out in the future that they keep the top guard away. I just don't like that top guard. And then you got that real nice blank spot there that's an inch wide, so I can get a really nice choked up feel on the blade, so I can handle it a lot better, and then I can get onto doing those feather sticks and doing that finer detailed work, and makes for a great knife to be able to wield in those finer, more detailed tasks. So guys, I got to tell you, 5 out of 5 on the ergonomic rating, not only for chopping, but also for the finer detailed work, carving, whittling, as well as stabbing with that really nice deep guard. I mean, any way you slice it, this is going to be a phenomenally ergonomic knife with a 5 out of 5 on the ergonomic rating. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look here at this sheath. We're going to bring it on inside here for a little bit, just kind of give you guys some different options and some things I want to talk through with you. So the first, again, is this sheath. It is made from Desanti. I have a few holsters from them. They are a U.S. company, and the sheath is made in New York State, so that's awesome. This is a U.S. made sheath. It is very minimalistic, but it's a fantastic sheath. One of the best production sheaths that come with a knife on the market that is made out of nylon, I think, because of the quality. Again, U.S. made. So the stitching is fantastic. I haven't seen any fraying, any problems whatsoever. No pocket on the front, which really cuts down not only on weight, but also just on the profile. Then on the back, there is no molly whatsoever. Then you just have this ginormous, about 3-inch wide sleeve right here for a large tactical belt if you so desire. It is absolutely silent. No rattle, no clacking around in there, so it's done really well, nice and snug in there. And then you have a nice button that is on the other side of the palm swell, so it's not coming out, no edge whatsoever. And it's got a really nice little kind of steel lip to that button, so it's very easy for you to disengage. The knife is not going to fall out. It's nice and secure in there with this folded, I think Kydex. It's Kydex or molded plastic that's in there. Very nice and secure and very easy for you to put back in there. Really, the only complaint I have is that there aren't any eyelets down by the bottom for you to run paracord through and lash it to your leg. I would have liked to just see 2 eyelets there, but that's a very minimal complaint. For, again, a production sheath, definitely the best that I've seen from Ontario Knife Company when it comes to nylon sheaths, and one of the best on the market. It's a 5 out of 5, guys. Very impressed overall with this Desanti sheath that the SP5 comes with. All right, guys, I also want to talk here real briefly with you about value. What's the value, I believe, of the SP5 compared to other knives of its similar size, dimensions, and those type of things? And so what we have here is the SP51, previously reviewed here on the channel, and the BK9. Both very similar, both US-made knives. This one's 1095 steel, just like the SP5. This one's going to be 5160, very similar. Obviously the SP line, and then we got a K-bar over here. So these 2 knives are going to run you, again, prices always vary, but on Amazon around $80 to $85. That's what you're going to be paying for the SP51 and for the BK9. Last I checked on Amazon for the SP5, you're going to pay $58. So we're talking about a $22 to $25 difference in price point for this knife. And it's US made, 1095, with, in my opinion, a better quality sheath than you're going to get on these other 2 knives over here. The SP51 and the BK9 have lower quality sheaths. You're getting a better quality sheath with the SP5. You're getting that 10 inches of blade length. You're getting a lot of capabilities, 1/4 inch thick. It still weighs enough to get a lot of chopping done, and you're also able to choke up and get your finer detail work done. So the value, I believe, is mind-blowing at $58 for a US-made knife of this size and capabilities. So I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 on the rating of value here for the SP5. Well, guys, let me go ahead and give you the quality rating here on this blade. As you've kind of been seeing throughout this video, a lot of the field testing, US made, $10.95. You're getting really tough, durable blade. The sheath is phenomenal, and I'm just really, really impressed with the overall quality, fit and finish that we're getting with this SP5. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. There is no complaints with the quality. The bevels were perfect. The edge was great. I didn't have to really do anything to touch up the edge, or regrind it in or anything like that. The finish is holding up well for particularly the price point. So the quality on this SP5 is phenomenal. 5 out of 5. All right, guys, in the intro, I talked briefly about this SP5 being a fixed blade multi-tool. And so I want to kind of expand on that real briefly for you so you can kind of get an understanding of what I mean by that. This is my Leatherman rebar, one of my favorite multi-tools of all time. I own, I think, 3 or 4 of them. They have so many capabilities. I take it with me everywhere I go, as well as on every single excursion that I take it with me on every single outdoor adventure and, camping and whatever, because it's just got a plethora of tools and it can handle a ton of different tasks. Whatever I would call upon this tool to do, this Leatherman rebar, it can do. And in the same way, I believe the SP5 can, almost in every task that you call upon a larger knife to do, it's gonna be able to do it. Now, it may not do it to the best of its ability compared to other larger knives out there on the market, but it's gonna be able to do a bunch of tasks and complete those tasks for you in a good, timely manner and be very, very reliable. So to kind of help you with this idea and this concept, just a moment ago we ran in again the SP51 and the BK9, and you were to ask yourself to kind of help you with this idea, okay, if you were gonna have to pick from these 3 knives and you were gonna have to, 1, build a fire, 2, build a shelter, and then 3, build a 4-figure trap, which of these 3 would I take? And I'm going to tell you right out of the gate, without even thinking about it, I'm going to take the SP5 over these 2 other knives. Now, these 2 other knives right here, particularly the SP51, it's going to chop better and baton better with the saber grind and the more weight. It's going to do that. But I can't do any sort of carving, whittling, or finer detail tasks with this knife. It's just too thick, and the grind angle isn't, done well for that. It's just so heavy. It's just not fun to wield. I can't do machete work. I can't do those type of tasks. So that's going to eliminate everything except for basically batoning and chopping for this knife. Then the BK9, though, can do a lot of tasks as well. I just really can't get a hold of it. It's not going to do machete work like this SP5 would do, and I can't really get a good grip on it like the SP5 to do the finer tasks. It's better than the SP51 that we just saw in the finer detail work, but it doesn't have that blank spot. It's got a thumb ramp I got to worry about, and so it kind of eliminates itself from really being that go-to blade. Whereas I could absolutely take only this knife and everything I just listed to you, fire, shelter, 4-figure trap, I could do that with this knife. Now, it may not baton maybe as well as some other knives out there, it may not chop as well as some other knives out there, but it's gonna cover so many different tasks, again, like this Leatherman rebar. It's going to be able to cover so many different tasks. Yes, a true just pocket knife might be a little bit better at carving and whittling than, say, the blade that this rebar has, but this rebar can do it. And it's got a saw, so I can do some sawing as well. Even though a dedicated saw may do it better, this will be able to absolutely do a lot for me. Yes, a dedicated screwdriver might be a little more comfortable in my hand and do it a little bit better than, say, this screwdriver bit here on this Leatherman, but the Leatherman can do it all in one package, ready to go. And in the same way, I believe the SP5 is going to be that fixed blade multi-tool for you and get a ton of tasks done for you without really having to carry a bunch of different tools with you if you don't want to. Well, guys, you've seen the SP5 in action, so I got to wrap this video up with my likability scale. Do I like this knife? Absolutely. This is a phenomenal knife that I've been very pleased with, and again, I think this is going to be that kind of multi-tool, cover almost anything you could think of in a knife. This is going to be able to do it. Great value, great quality, everything going for it. This is definitely going to be on a lot more treks with me because of how lightweight it is, but again, how capable it is. Just like my multi-tool goes with me every time I go out there, I think this SP5 is going to be going out with me a lot out there on the trail and out while we do other gear reviews in the future. So you'll definitely be seeing this in background shots and other things, and probably in some concept and philosophy videos in the future. So my likability is 5 out of 5, absolutely recommended, and I love this thing, and I would highly recommend if you're looking for kind of that 10-inch do-everything knife, the SP5 is the way to go, guys. So I hope this video has helped you guys out. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, like, subscribe, share the videos, and as always, remember to stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.